Now, this is a story a lot of people don't want to talk about, but this is the reality of the situation. Now, there has been a lot of talks behind the scenes in regards to Kelsey Mitchell and her future in Indiana.
Did you catch what just unfolded? Kelsey Mitchell may be leaving the Fever, and fans are in complete shock. This isn't just another trade rumor, it's a major shakeup in the basketball world. You might be thinking, Kelsey Mitchell, the face of the Fever? How could this be happening? Well, get ready because we're about to explore the drama that's stirring up the WNBA. And believe me, what's happening behind the scenes is unbelievable.
I gotta say, I feel less confident about Kelsey Mitchell's future with the Fever than I ever have before today.
I have to admit, I'm feeling less certain about Kelsey Mitchell's future with the Fever than ever before. You won't believe what's unfolding in the WNBA right now. Kelsey Mitchell, the heart and soul of the Indiana Fever, could be on her way out.
As of right now, Kelsey Mitchell's future with Indiana is looking very, very spooky. This is just what I'm hearing from behind the scenes. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you got to report on the news, and I'm telling you, this is what people are saying.
You heard it right. Fans are freaking out, and honestly, who can blame them? Let's dive into why this is such a huge deal. Mitchell has been the foundation of this team for years. She's the one who stayed through all the tough times, the rebuilding phases, and the setbacks. Through it all, she's given her best every single night. But now, things are shifting, and it's not just the rumors stirring things up. There's some serious drama behind the scenes that's got everyone on high alert.
Now, this isn't fact. These are all alleged things that is happening behind the scenes. Because as of right now, Kelsey Mitchell is not court. We haven't heard anything from Kelsey Mitchell because they're still trying to get the kinks.
This is all based on speculation, as nothing has been confirmed yet. As of now, Kelsey Mitchell hasn't made any public statements, and the situation is still developing. However, there are whispers that the Fever might be considering a trade. Can you imagine? The player who's been the backbone of this team could be packing her bags. It feels like the whole situation has been flipped on its head. Here's where things get even more intriguing. It appears the Fever might be looking to trade Mitchell to secure assets before she potentially leaves as a free agent. It's like they're playing a strategic game while others are just going with the flow. They're thinking long-term, trying to ensure they aren't left with nothing if Mitchell decides to move on.
Because as of right now, we don't know anything about Kelsey Mitchell or what she want to do. But one thing I can tell you guys for sure is that the Indiana Fever has not decided to court her. Could they possibly be trying to work on a deal to possibly get something for her? Could she possibly be wanting to get out of Indiana?
But this situation isn't just about Mitchell potentially leaving, it's also about what comes next. The Fever have been focusing on developing younger talent, making smart draft picks, and setting their sights on the future. Now, with Caitlin Clark in the mix, it feels like the team is at a crossroads. You might be asking, what about Mitchell's future? Well, that's the million-dollar question. The Fever's management hasn't made any official statements about her situation, which is only fueling the uncertainty and speculation surrounding her next move.
Now, many people are speculating that the Indiana Fever will court her at some point in time in the next coming days and possibly try to get some assets for her if she do decide to part ways with this basketball team.
It's like the Fever are keeping their cards close to their chest, and it's driving everyone wild. This whole situation feels like a roller coaster that just keeps climbing, with everyone waiting for that big drop when everything becomes clear. But for now, we're left hanging, wondering what the next move will be. So how does Caitlin Clark fit into all of this? Well, it's not what you might expect. Clark's arrival isn't just about adding another player to the mix. It's about completely reshaping the Indiana Fever's identity. Think about it. This rookie is coming in with more hype than a major movie release, and she's poised to make an impact in ways we can't even begin to predict.
And we all know this is Caitlin basketball team. Now, with somebody coming in, just think about it. You've been on your job 5+ years. All of a sudden, a new hire comes, and they run it.
But here's where things get really intriguing. This isn't just about who's the better player on the court. It goes much deeper. We're talking about the entire team dynamic, how they gel together, and where each player fits into this new Fever puzzle. Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a game changer, a once-in-a-generation talent with the potential to completely redefine what the Fever can be. Can you feel the pressure mounting? Coaches, front office, and fans alike are all trying to figure out how this new dynamic will play out. Let's be honest. The Fever might be rethinking their entire strategy around Clark, which could lead to massive changes for everyone on the roster, especially the veterans who've been the backbone of this team for years.
Indiana, she's been here for quite some time already. She has been through the ups to downs, and more importantly, this was her team before Caitlin Clark got here. So now she would have to play second fiddle to Caitlin Clark.
Now, you might be thinking, what about team chemistry? What about the players who've been putting in the work for years? Those are crucial questions, and they're exactly what's keeping the Fever's management up at night. Picture this. Trying to build a championship caliber team while also making sure your superstar rookie has the space to shine. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Possible, but definitely not easy. And here's the kicker. The Clark effect isn't just about what happens on the court. We're talking about merchandise sales, ticket demand, media attention, the whole package. The Fever have suddenly become the hottest ticket in town, and that shifts everything from marketing strategies to salary cap decisions.
They just knock you out your spot. They running things. How would you feel? Would you want to stay at that job, or would you want to go to a new job? You know, it's just one of those situations. Or would you want to be a team player and try to do the best for the company? But at the end of the day, this is something that we all have to talk about.
It's like the entire franchise just got an adrenaline shot straight to the heart, but that's not even the most jaw-dropping part of this story. Hang on, because what's coming next will blow your mind. We're talking potential trades, lineup shakeups, and maybe even some unexpected retirements. The ripple effects of Clark's arrival are going to be felt across the entire league, and trust me, no one is immune to the shockwaves. Now, hold on to your seat because this is wild. There's talk about a Kelsey for Kel trade. Can you imagine? Kelsey Mitchell possibly being traded for Kelsey Plum from the Las Vegas Aces. You might be thinking, that's insane. Why would the Aces trade Plum? Well, there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye.
Now, there is one WNBA free agent that I believe could possibly fill her shoes perfectly, and it'll be an even swap. That is Kelsey Plum from the Las Vegas Aces.
Let's break this down. Kelsey Plum has been absolutely dominating for the Aces, right? She's known for her scoring ability and playmaking skills, but here's where it gets really intriguing. Reports are swirling that Plum isn't happy in Vegas. She reportedly turned down an extension with the Aces, and it's not just about the money. There's something deeper going on behind the scenes that we don't know about yet.
Now, Plum and her free agents, there's no doubt about it. She want to get the hell out of Las Vegas. Kelsey Plum wants to get far, far away from Becky Hammond and them. Why? I don't know. I wish I had the damn answer.
You might be asking, what could make a star player want to leave a championship team? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Reports suggest that Plum is seeking a change, but the exact reasons are still unclear. It could be the team atmosphere, or there could be other factors at play. We don't have all the details yet, but what's certain is that something's off in Vegas.
On Twitter, he stated Kelsey Plum reportedly turned down an extension that was just courted by the Aces. For those wondering what real info is out there, they could court, keep, or get value back in trade.
Here's another twist in the story. The Aces made a bold move by courting Kelsey Plum, and you'd think that would silence all the trade rumors, right? Wrong. It's actually sparked even more talk about her possibly leaving. It's almost like the Aces are saying, if you want her, you're going to have to pay up. But here's where it gets really interesting. Both Kelsey Mitchell and Kelsey Plum could benefit from a fresh start. Think about it. Mitchell could be the missing piece for the Aces. She could bring the scoring and playmaking ability that Vegas needs, and Plum might thrive with the Fever, potentially stepping up as the leader of that team.
I said it. Kelsey gets swapped for who? Kelsey Mitchell. Traded Kelsey for a Kelsey, hypothetically speaking. Now, I'm not saying this fact. This is just a theory of mine, and I believe this theory could possibly work. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of reports coming out of Las Vegas that Kelsey Plum is tired of the atmosphere with them. But I think she got enough game in her. Yes, she definitely got enough game in her. Keep going. And I believe this to be true. Could we trade Kelsey for Kelsey? Could that be a good swap? I believe that could be. So we send Kelsey Mitchell and Alyssa Smith down to Dallas for Satu Sabali. Smith stays in Dallas, and possibly Kelsey get traded to the Aces for who? Alyssa Clark. Now, Alyssa Clark fill the void for Satu Sabali leaving in Dallas, and everybody's happy. But Plum from the Aces to Indiana for Mitchell on Dallas for Alyssa Clark, and a solid 6-man trade from the Aces, that is definitely a possibility that could happen. Now, the Golden State Valkyries, an expansion franchise team that will make its WNBA debut in 2025, has been mentioned as a possible trade suitor for Plum. Golden State is looking for a star to build around. After the expansion draft, Plum may be open to the option.